This is a 9-8 race, just like the last one. Keith goes to 9, George goes to 8. George is far from a slouch. I mean, George has mounds of confidence on one of these tables. He's mostly a league player back in Phoenix, but I've watched him play in a handful of tournaments. I don't know anything about Keith's game, but with a Fargo 40 points higher than George, he obviously can play. All right. George says being on the stream he's gonna show us his A game. Keith is a local player. Chuck verified that for me. Made the 7 ball. Not a whole lot to do with the 1. He can see the edge of it. If he thins the edge, his cue ball is going to come down here, but there aren't really any clusters of balls that are easy to hide behind. And I think he's going to hit the 1 so thin he can't really put it behind the 5. Oh, he had more of it than I thought he did. George can see the 1, but I personally don't like that back cut. Got to keep the cue ball out of the side pocket. Looks like he's going for it. Okay, that works too. Like I said, he's got all the confidence in the world on these 7-foot diamonds. Wow. How many times do you make that ball in the corner pocket and scratch in the side? Jerry Brysath says that scratch is on every time you make a ball in the corner. And there's not a whole lot stopping Keith from getting on the board here. All right, I've got company in the booth again.
How's everyone?
We're 0-0 here, but I think Keith is going to get on the board.
I'm not familiar with these with their play. How are they?
George is a Phoenix player. He's mostly a league player, but he's very confident on these 7-foot diamonds. We have them all over Phoenix, so he's got a lot of experience on them. I didn't like Keith's line on that 3 ball. He got on the 4 real well, but it just looked like he made it more difficult than it had to be.
I'm not sure. Honestly, I prefer to just roll it slow. You might as well just. Sometimes you just have to take what the table gives you instead of trying to force an angle and miss the shot. That was a good shot. But ran a little far.
Yeah, he did. Let his cue ball go a little crazy there.
Are you playing the cue ball underneath the 9 right there?
I'm going to try to. I don't know that he is.
Looks like he's going to try to make it. Like that. Wow.
Yeah.
Great shot.
That's one thing about George. He doesn't play a lot of defense.
Sometimes that can be good and bad. Looks like it worked out for him though.
I'm not sure what that was.
Yeah. Rushing a shot. Probably should have got the rake out.
And I don't think he can make this on the side. He has to go to the corner.
If he slow rolls it, he might be able to. Yeah.
Nice shot.
Nice.
That's George.
And he's on the board.
I've been on the wrong end of enough matches against him. I know how he plays. Keith is a local player, so we're not real familiar with him. But a 606 Fargo, he's pretty strong. What's your Fargo?
My Fargo is about 581.
Okay.
That's it. But I won my first match about 8-3, and my next about 8-4. So I'm playing strong today.
How did you do in the junior event?
I got top 20. A little disappointed with my performance, but you know, it's a learning experience.
Is there a lot in California for junior players?
There really isn't. There's only about 4 players who are really serious in California, and only that I've seen, actually. Me, myself, Nicholas Khaleesi, Spencer Ladden, TJ Hill, very good player, and another kid who plays in the 14 under bracket. His name is, I believe, Roger. Other than that, there's not, the pool scene out in California isn't too big for juniors.
Now, Chris Robinson's out of California, isn't he?
And Chris, yeah, but he's not really a junior anymore.
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah, he aged out, unfortunately. Yeah, very strong player, though.
That didn't have to work out that well.
No, it didn't. But, you know, the 5's presenting some problems.
Is it easy to fall into a trap when you're playing somebody who, George, he doesn't play safe. George just wants to run out. Mm-hmm. Is it easy to fall into a trap thinking, well, if he can play that way, I can play that way?
Oh, absolutely. Because you're going to be thinking, you're going to have that mentality. And also, if you're so focused on trying to play his game, you're going to start playing his speed and you're going to start getting comfortable. You're going to be so focused on trying to like catch up with him and try to keep his pace that you're going to start missing and start messing up.
We had a guy back home in Phoenix. Now, I haven't played him in probably 10 years, but he was so unbelievably slow. Study the table for a minute and a half and then get down in 30 seconds of practice strokes. It got to the point where you just wanted to yell, shoot the ball.
Yeah.
But the thing was, so many people when they played him would play faster.
Yeah.
I don't know if they were trying to make up for the time that it took him.
Maybe.
I don't know. He's gonna have a tough angle on that 5.
If he draws back to a little bit below center table, he'll have the cut.
His cue ball just seems to be all over the place.
Yeah. We were on the 9-footers.
Okay.
Not easy. And I have at my house I have a Brunswick Crown 1 table. It's basically been diamondized, and it has the Simone 60 HR, the Artemis rails, and it has 4-inch pockets.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, very difficult table. But I play well on it. But then here's the thing, though. When you switch to a diamond table, small things are different, like the size of the rails, the way the pockets are cut. Like, my pockets are diamond cut, so instead of being totally parallel, they're slightly bowed out to where the back of the pocket's slightly smaller and rejects more balls. But one thing I've noticed playing in the junior nationals is that the diamonds, they're all regulation, 4.5-inch pockets. They should be easy to make balls on. But if you catch the tip of the jaw, it'll shoot that ball out.
Yep.
You wouldn't believe. But in a way, the junior nationals really helped me for this tournament because I was probably the most stressed out I've ever been at the nationals. And then coming to this tournament where it's all 7-foots, going from 9s to 7s, where I've been so stressed out. In this tournament, I didn't have to pay anything because I'm a junior. There's no pressure on me to do well. I just can just shoot my game and whatever happens, happens. And so far, that's been working out really well for me.
Keith made a great shot on the 5 ball there and the 7, but he knew he was going to run funny on the 8, and he certainly did.
Yes, he did. The best thing you could probably hope for here is kicking the one rail to the right, or to our right, and just slow roll and just trying to land on that 8 ball. It looks like he's going to try to kick under and try to make it inside.
Wow. I think he's asking an awful lot of himself there.
Yeah, it is. This is not a good situation. Wow.
Oh, and he's going to get a roll.
Very lucky.
If he scratches there, he loses the game. He doesn't necessarily lose the game from here. And I think George is like, George is trying to think, did I really deserve that?
Yeah. Yes. Most of the time, it's just best to get the bad rolls out of your head. They're not going to do anything but mess you up.
On this shot, I know I want to hit it with inside, and I know it makes the shot tougher.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And
That's
look
what
at
hitting it not
this.
inside gets you. I
Yeah.
guess he could try for the bank, but
Oh, he will.
Yeah.
No question. And it also can get in your head if your opponent is not playing pattern play that you agree with.
oh yeah.
You're asking, well, if he can get out and he doesn't have to play the right shots.
Ooh. And that's what banking gets you.
Yeah. I don't see Keith having a problem with this.
Maybe a slow roll this one with some center. Shouldn't be a problem. Maybe a little top if it suits you. And that's it. That's for that flat rack. Now it's a 1-1 race. What's the toss race?
Keith goes to 9, George goes to 8.
There's some long races, but the tournament's going by pretty quick.
Yeah, with the turnout a little bit less than we expected.
What were you expecting?
I would have liked to have seen 32. We were close.
Yeah, we got like 28, right?
27.
27. I think part of the tournament going so fast is in part due to the 7-foots and
Right.
the winter break format.
Right.
It really does speed the matches up. Because my first opponent, I was up 5-1 on within about 15, 20 minutes. Because the 9-ball combos, they seem so much shorter, you know?
Right. In past years, we've played alternating break, but they weren't handicapped races. So when we went to the handicap, we didn't figure we also needed to give the weaker player alternating breaks.
Yeah. Ooh. That is not good.
2 in the side.
3 in the same corner as the 4.
Yeah.
4 ball, same corner as the 3, obviously. Play the 1 rail shape for the 5. Do a stop shot, 7 in the top right hand corner, 8 in the bottom right hand corner, and then the 9.
Yeah, just like that.
So much easier to say though than do, right?
Right.
But he felt nice on that one. Just slow rolls this. Maybe
Oh,
a stop
yeah.
shot.
He wanted to get straight, and he did. And we can see that there's all kinds of room for the 3 to go by the 4. Well, not all kinds, but
If he does a stop shot, shouldn't be a problem. That's just like it, I think.
yeah, really, once you make the 4, if you get straight in on the 5, it's stopped from there. Oh, I don't like that.
Felt a little weird here. I'll probably have to go 2 rails out.
And that 7 ball could get. He's drawn.
Then you got dead straight. Oh, that's perfect right there.
Nice shot. Easy.
Oh, slow down.
Yeah. This is all stopped from here.
He might try to slam it over 1 rail just to get dead straight on the 7, but. Or do that.
Wow, okay. Didn't think about that. He doesn't have a smooth flowing stroke. He's got kind of a jerky stroke, but it works for him. You can't argue with it. Oh, I don't know about that.
On the rail.
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
Next match on table 2, Mike Kennedy and Spencer Ladden. Mike's the 600, Spencer the 578. It's an even 8-8 race.
Come back over. He got there.
Very nice.
Nice run. Made it look a little more difficult than it had to, but we'd never even thought about the fact that the junior nationals were going on this week.
Yeah, it was crazy. We were, unfortunately, yesterday, or the day before yesterday, I got out and we decided, hey, let's go to Griffs, play, have some fun. And we heard about this tournament. And I'm like, wow, this tournament is everything a junior can dream of. It's $1,000 added. The races are handicapped, so if you're not too great of a junior player, you always have some help out right there. And same weekend, pretty much.
Free entry. Yeah.
Free entry, exactly.
The idea was, the first 2 seasons we only played in Arizona, and the junior players in Arizona, aside from Nick, we have a couple of them. James Diaz came out here and played in the junior nationals. He's a good player. But it was just, let's let the juniors experience what it's like to play in a tournament like this.
Yeah.
And then Nick cashed in one. And we had a kid cash in our first one this season from out of nowhere. Nobody knew who he was.
You got first place?
No, but he stayed on the winner's side on day 1, and then he lost his next 2 on Sunday.
Oh, that's too bad.
George has got a golden opportunity here.
Oh, this rack is looking pretty too.
6 to the 7 could get a little funny.
Yeah. If he gets ball in hand, shoots the 2 ball in the left hand side pocket, rolls to where he's about dead straight, does a stop shot on 3, could probably hit bottom side of the 4, come up on the left rail for the 5, shoot that, try to get dead straight on the 6, draw back straight if he can, and shoot a 7, 8, 9. Possibly. Usually in 9 ball, the less distance you have to travel, the better. Right there, that's perfect.
He's getting with outside.
Yeah, but see, the problem with that shot is now the path to the 6 is a little tougher. With going the other way, you have a natural angle.
He's not going to get there.
You might try to shoot inside, come 2 rails between the 9-7.
You're going to go 9-7? Because I was thinking bottom right and go between the 9-8. And that's not what he wants.
Oh, he's going to fall right behind that 8, isn't he?
He's going to bump. Boy, I can't tell how much of this 7 he can see.
I don't think he can see anything, honestly. From my angle, I don't think he can see at all. But this is what jump cues are for. Short jumps, dead straight.
He's not going for a jump cue.
I might try to mass it, but with that 9 ball there, it would be pretty tough.
Oh, he must not like jumping balls. I think going up table like this for the kick, you're almost just giving the rack away. You've got to get pure luck here for something good to happen.
But he's going to leave it right in front of the hole. And just hits this one. Maybe if he wants to, he could go the 3 rails with top left, or he could try going between it. Yeah, that's what I was saying, the 3 railer. It's a little safer, the rails slow you down a little, but he'll fall right behind the 9. It's unfortunate.
He doesn't like jump cues either.
Oh, that 8 ball looks like he might be going, or just hang there. Ooh.
Well, we know from the last match, a lead like 3-1 is not safe.
Yeah. Honestly, if you're ever up on your opponent, it's always important to just bear down and make sure you're following through with the same harshness that you have been the first part of the match. Because that's what most people do. They'll play really hard the first part, then think, oh, I'm ahead, I got space.
Right.
And they'll start letting up, then their opponent will catch back up. Under that first hand.
What did he do?
Ran too far. Let's go side, but if
Yeah,
you
but it
slow
didn't
rolls,
have
no
to be.
side. Yeah.
And it's so hard to, because if you've got a big lead, your opponent's giving you like 3 and 4 ball outs. Nice. And then you convince yourself he's going to give me 3 and 4 ball outs the rest of the match. I don't have to try anymore.
Exactly.
Now, do you play on Oscar's tour?
Oscar Dominguez?
Yeah.
Yeah. Big fan of the Meswo State Tour. Oscar's a great guy and a great player, so
He really is.
runs a great tournament too.
Yeah, one of the nicest guys out there.
Yeah.
Well, good parenting.
Yeah. Ernesto was actually the one who did our table.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Took a little while to get him, but it's definitely worth it.
Right.
Who did the tables here?
I don't know. Now, Paul from Diamond was here working on one of the tables earlier, but not one of the ones that is in use. They've got a tight 9-footer over here that he was working on.
Oh, table 10?
Yeah.
It looked a little smaller than the other ones.
I think they said 4 1/4.
That's not bad.
George broke dry, but I don't see any shot to try to.
Maybe carry him off inside the 1 into the 6. If that was his only offensive shot really right there. Now he'll try to kick this 1 in.
Yeah, just one rail.
If he kicks it slow and almost stops where the 1 is now, he'll have an easier shot on the 2.
Sure.
But it depends on if he slams or slow rolls it.
Well, more times than not, George likes to hit it with pace.
That's probably the pace gets you, you know?
Yeah.
If you hit that one pocket speed, might have gone in.
That was just purely a 9-ball ride.
Yeah.
Spencer's on the table next to this match. He's got an awful lot of energy.
Yes, he does. I mean, I've known Spencer for almost 4 years now. Him and I come from California together, and we have like, him and I kind of have a Francisco Efren relationship, you know? Good friends off the table, but then we're like rivals on the table, you know?
Okay. Great player. He was in Arizona 2 years ago for the state championship.
Yes. Did you watch him play then?
Yeah, I ran that.
Oh, yeah.
Boy, if the 4 wasn't there, I would think the combination would go. I didn't think of going under it though.
He left him bridged on the rail over a couple balls, so.
And he's going to try to draw it.
Wow. Impressive
Look out,
shot.
side pocket. Yeah, it was. He can't shoot the 3-7. He's got to shoot the 3-4.
Yeah. That's stuff that he's going to have to miss the 7 completely with the 3.
Just like that?
Whoa. Yeah. Hey, the 5-9's wired.
Yeah, it is.
If he really wanted to, he could
Shoot
this
it now.
3, then hit the 3, carry him off, and just try to hit the 5 full. Looks like that's what he's going to do. Just like that.
Wow, nice shot.
And got safe. Wait, did he get safe? Wow, good shot.
See, I would have thought to shoot the 3 into it. I wouldn't have thought the carom.
Really?
My shot would have been a lot tougher to make.
Yeah. Shooting it with speed, the cue ball would probably get out of control. Might
Right.
even find a pocket. Me personally, I'll usually try to hit harder than I have to make a shot because the pockets are big, especially for the cue ball.
Was that a break and run?
Yeah, it was.
Okay, I
He
thought
didn't.
so.
Yeah, he broke, got straight on the 2.
Oh, right,
Drew up to
right.
the 3, and then went from there. It's weird. I can't remember any of my matches, but I always remember other people's.
It's funny, I've talked to top players and tell them that I remember I watched a match of theirs on AccuStats or something like that, and they immediately remember it.
Really? Yeah, the only shots I remember from matches are the ones I missed.
The way it should be. Spencer leads 3-1 over there, but I don't know what the race is.
Probably even up. Probably 8-8. That was my race with that gentleman.
Okay.
Yeah, and Spencer's only 1 point below me.
Oh, okay.
But that point makes all the difference.
Well, I think the 1 goes, but how do you get on the 2?
Ooh. Yeah. This is not a great scenario right here. I mean, if he wanted to, he could just make the 1, carry him off the 5, try to get, yeah.
That was an interesting way to do it.
Yeah. I would say play a safety, but I guess not.
Yeah, no, not George. You know he wants to shoot this combo.
I think it might. If he cuts it slightly, he could probably make it.
Boy, you spent an awful long time looking at it, and then you just got down and 1-stroked it. I don't know if that was a case of looking at the score and your opponent just ran a rack, or... George sometimes doesn't deal with a bad roll or something, you know, that he doesn't think he deserves. See if we can tell how. No, can't tell how close the 3 is to the rail.
That's a good safety.
Yeah.
Doesn't play safeties often, but when he does.
Now you guys are driving back home?
Yes.
Okay. So it's not like you need to change airfare.
No. Yeah. I'll try to find a hotel room for tonight. Something kind of cheap.
Is your family up here with you?
Yeah, my mom and my dad. Ooh, might make that. Yeah, I'm here with my mom and my dad. Very supportive. A lot of big thanks to them.
Does your brother have something like pool that he enjoys?
Oh, my sister.
Oh, your sister, I'm sorry.
That's alright. She did swim in high school. She enjoyed that, but most of her now she's just in school, you know?
I like his chances to get out here. Just avoid the scratch in the side.
Yeah, if he draws back, it shouldn't be a problem. Play the 5 in the same corner, he's going to play the 4. 6 in the left-hand side pocket. 7 in the bottom left-hand corner, or top left-hand corner. 8 in the opposite corner, and 9 in the bottom left-hand. Just like that.
Yeah.
When did you start playing pool?
A long time ago, but you know, I knew 20 years ago I was never going to make my mark on pool with a cue in my hand. Yep, little draw, and then it's...
You can even go the 1 rail out if he wants. That's good too. Yeah. I've only been playing for about 4 years, so...
Wow. That's a heck of a Fargo for 4 years.
Yeah. I actually stopped playing BCA League about a year ago because of school and stuff. I'm trying to focus on that a little. But I still try to practice at least 2 hours a day.
What are your plans for post-high school?
Post high school? Well, definitely college of some sorts. Some kind of medical profession would be good, but always gonna be playing pool, you know.
But you don't have any of those crazy, I'm going to make a living playing pool thoughts?
It'd be nice, but it's also nice to have a profession to fall back on, you know, in case it doesn't work out. Like, go through college, find something you like doing. I've always thought forensics is pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe even being a psychiatrist. Maybe after college and after I get established, I'll go traveling with a couple friends.
Now, they just had a memorial for one of the junior players in California.
Yes, Brendan Crockett.
Did you know him?
I did. He was a great player and a great friend, and he will be missed.
I'm friends with Melissa Herndon, and it seemed like it really got to her.
Yeah. He was loved by a lot of people, especially at Sal Butera's pool room. That's where he really started out. And they remember him since he was my age, you know, 13, 14.
Wow.
And that's a shame. And he's the third junior national champion to die of an accident like that.
No
Yeah.
kidding.
Yeah.
How long ago were the other two?
I'm not sure. Probably at least 5 years apart. I'm not sure, but this was the most recent one.
And he was on his way to a tournament?
I think he was coming back from one.
Okay.
It was about 12:17 in the morning.
Well, George came out on fire, but he seems like a different person at the table now.
Yeah, seems much more conservative now.
How is he going to get on the two here?
Ooh, but not by doing that.
Yeah, he wasn't going to.
But he didn't fall too bad.
Does he have to one rail kick this? I don't think he can cut it.
No, you have to one rail kick this.
Yeah, it's on
with
the
a little
bottom.
bit of speed, so you can get out for the two. As
I'm
long
not
as you
sure.
don't get stuck behind the 8, the 2 goes.
He's gonna, boy.
Oh, what's he doing? He might try to masse around it just slightly, like that.
Oh, okay.
But that's the problem with doing that shot. You fall behind the 3. It was funny, before Brendan passed away, we actually saw him at the pool that pet up. We would host tournaments sponsored by Tiger Products. He would give us a shaft every month and we'd raffle it, and it was really helpful. One time I saw Brendan there, it was the first time I met him, and I heard all the hype about him, that he was such a great player. And so I put him in the tournament. I was cruising along pretty nicely. He beat me 6-0. And it's funny, I told him, you have one of the most beautiful, routines I've ever seen. He'd chalk, do his pre-shot routine, go through it, had a perfect, his speed was totally down, he had everything. And I said, man, you're like a ballerina. I'm like, hey, that fits, Brendan the ballerina Crockett. He's like, don't let that spread around.
I didn't figure he'd care for that. I can't think of any pro pool player that would. I think he can cut this. He's just got to figure out how to get on the 4.
Yeah. The problem with cutting this though is you might accidentally carry him off the bottom side of the 8 and scratch. And even if you don't, you'll have a hard time landing on the 4. The 7 so close.
Yeah, he'd like to bump the 8 straight, but I don't know that he can get there.
Maybe, I think he has to cut it too much for that.
He's really slowed down here. But now let's see how much time he actually takes on the shot.
He has an interesting bridge. Very hiked up.
He may be all right.
Ooh. Looks like the 3-4 goes.
But can he get on it? Oh, he's got the edge, but I don't know if he's got enough of the edge. So do you have sponsors?
Not necessarily sponsors. My parents take me to a lot of my tournaments. I just started driving, so I can do some driving now. Tiger Products has really been very helpful to me the last couple of years. very supportive. Always, he gives me a good price on cues, and he makes a great product, I have to say.
Tony's a good guy.
Oh yeah. And it's possible that maybe there's a barbershop out in California that might be interested in sponsoring me, and they have a pool table there. And it's always good to get non-pool companies affiliated with the sport, get more people in it. That's why a lot of pool players nowadays, they'll try to get like clothing companies, you know.
All right, George has got a good chance to get into the rack here.
Seems like they're both missing some easy shots.
I don't know, maybe you thought that 3 was easy. I sure didn't care for it. He's going to come too far.
I might try to carry him to 5-9 if he, the way he shoots.
Yeah.
Looks like he's gonna try to just shoot it straight in the hole, like that. Nicely shot.
Oh yeah.
Now, would you play 3 rails or do you go the 2 rails back and forth?
I like 3 rails,
Yeah.
but I know a lot of players that don't.
Yeah. The only problem with going 3 rails is sometimes you can run too short if you don't have the speed down. Yeah. But the problem with going the 2 rails back and forth is if you put too much bottom on, you might even scratch on the side. So
Right.
you really just have to weigh your options.
Oh, he shot that nice. This is what he needed.
Oh yeah. Just trying to stay in the game, right?
All right, on table 5, Matt Montgomery and Nat Green. Table 5, Matt is a 609, Nat is a 578. The race is
Matt and Matt, here we go.
Nice.
Matt and Nat on table 5.
We had a match earlier with one of the players was something white and the other one was something gray.
I'm surprised I don't see. Oh wait, never mind. I'm surprised I don't see any. I don't see Shane or Skylar here because they were in Vegas not just yesterday.
Yeah, Skylar left today, and Shane was leaving tomorrow.
Yeah. But then I remember it's a. You have to be under 625.
Oh yeah.
I was telling my dad, let's go to Griffs tomorrow and let's play this tournament. He's like, Nico, that's why all the pros are out here. They're gonna play that tournament. It's 1,000 hours.
Yeah.
Of course they're gonna be out there. And I remember, I'm like, wait, there's a cutoff.
Yeah, tomorrow's tournament is 500 added.
Who's putting in all the money?
Mark. Now we raffle some products. Part of the greens fee goes to him.
What's the green fee? $10?
Yeah.
Yeah. This tournament actually charges a little more than Mez. Mez is 65, this is 75.
Oh, okay. There's no tour card for Mez?
There is. I think your first tournament, if you pay about, 95, then it's 65 the rest of the season.
Oh,
but if
okay.
you don't, then you keep coming back, they'll charge you more after that.
Yeah. So with this tour, if you buy the tour card in the beginning, which costs you $110 total on the first event, then it's $60 the rest of the way.
That's a good. If you're playing the tour, then that's a really good price.
See, I know I would have tried to come the other side of the side pocket there, and I know you don't have to. I would have tried to, though. Sometimes I'm not real good at settling for a shot when I think I can get a better one.
Yeah. Looks like Spencer's having some trouble on table 2. He was up about 4-2 or 4-1. Now it's 4-4 even.
Mike plays. The older gentleman that he's playing, he's from Phoenix.
Yeah. Yeah. That was the gentleman I played earlier. He
Oh,
played
okay.
good. He played good. He doesn't hit very hard, but the shots he makes, he doesn't really miss. He only missed about 1 or 2 shots. Other than that, I was breaking and running and playing safeties and stuff on him. I was trying not to let him get at the table.
I haven't watched him play a lot. He may play a little one pocket because
Yeah.
everybody in Phoenix plays a little one pocket. Keith's put a nice safety on George here.
Yeah. was a tough one.
Boy, he can't go one rail. He can't go under it. I don't know what he does here.
Maybe just try to kick it into the left-hand side rail and just try to pray it gets there. Almost said that. Now, if you hit that slower with some inside, that might have actually touched it.
Keith's still got some work to do here.
Oh, yeah.
7 doesn't go by the 8. He's got to get on the 6.
Yeah. If you put the cue ball behind the 5 ball slightly, went the 2 rails at the in the gap of the 6-9, yeah, it's not pretty. He might be trying to play a.
Yeah, I think he's going to 3 foul him.
Is he on 2 or just 1?
I think he's on 1. But you're right, that's the smart play.
Yeah, it is.
He can shoot this and draw back a little bit and just completely bury him on the 8.
My favorite thing to do is play a safety and leave the my object ball where I might have a easy 5-9.
Right.
That's always the best. Or what he could do, he could make the 5, come below the second diamond, about where the spot is, bank the 6, 3 rails, and just leave him on the 9. That way, the 6 goes up table, he'll have the safe on the 9. And if he gets ball in hand, the 6 will be up table where all the other 2 balls are. Or we could do that.
Yeah, but this is a hit. George is supposed to contact this ball.
Yeah.
I liked his original shot where he was actually going to put it between the 8 and the rail. I mean, it doesn't fit all the way there, but he would have taken away this 1 rail.
That's what he'll get ball in hand anyway.
Yeah. And again, that's when you're overhitting the ball. There was no need to hit it that hard.
Yeah.
I like your shot from here. Make the 5 and then play that safe on the 6.
Yeah. Then all 3 of the balls will be up table. You'll have an easy run.
Well, if he can get ball in hand here,
Yeah.
off playing safe on the 6.
Yeah. Ooh, a little shaky.
Wow.
The only problem with banking this 1 3 rails that I can think of is it might go on the side, possibly.
Yeah, he's got kind of a funny. He came a little further down than he wanted to. I think he's trying to make it.
I did much of that. Oh, he did that very nicely.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, man.
Can he go to the left side?
I don't think so. Nah, he's got the 9 covered right there. If he misses this or hits another ball first, that'll be the rack.
I think he's got to go 2 rails into this bottom right corner
Yeah.
and hit it perfect.
Yeah. If he hits it slow, he actually might be able to get the 6 behind the 7.
Sure.
Cue ball there, yeah.
Oh, I don't like this at all.
Oh, this is not a good option right here. You have about a ball and a half to get below that 9.
And he hit it and got a rail.
Wow. Very lucky. But he left the out.
Well, at least you make your opponent run out.
Yeah.
He's going to, but still. What's Spencer doing over there? Oh, he's down.
Spencer's down 6-4. But he has the 2-9 combo that he's going to take a shot at. And he makes it, so it makes it 5-6.
And he's getting weight over there, isn't he?
Is he?
I think so.
Can I take his name?
Chuck.
Chuck. Chuck. What's the race that Spencer did? Yeah, Spencer's getting 8.7 weight.
So they're about
Oh, it's 8.8.
oh 8
yeah.
8.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's a point below me, so it'll be about the same. So yeah, the race over on Spencer's table is 8.8, and he is down 1 game, unfortunately.
And this is a race to 4 now.
Spencer just got hooked behind the 2-ball on his break. Never a good thing to happen. For those of you who don't know, Spencer is the son of Jim Ladden, who is the owner and proprietor of Ladden's Subaru and Honda.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did he break dry? No, he did not. But I don't. Oh,
yeah,
maybe he
broke down.
did.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, okay. I think George can make the 1, but can he do it without scratching?
Wow,
He
nice
can.
shot.
That's the George we're used to seeing.
Plays this one in the corner and just goes 1 rail up. He'll have a shot on that 3 in the bottom left-hand corner.
He's just going to have to slow down and stroke it, not go crazy with it.
Yeah. Can be hard to do. Well, if Oscar ever stopped at Mez Tour, then maybe you guys could do something, but
I know I had heard a comment from him last year saying that he wanted to concentrate on bigger tournaments.
Yeah, it's a struggle because his wife Desiree, lovely by the way.
Right.
She's pregnant right now.
And isn't she due at the end of this month?
I think so. She's very close.
Yeah, that's why he couldn't go to Turning Stone.
Oh really?
Yeah. He's on the list, but he said he had to call Mike and tell him he couldn't make it.
That's too bad. Well, starting a family, you know?
Good for him.
Yeah.
For anybody that had heard me holler about this one, we do have a raffle. We're giving away an Adams, Q. We're giving away a set of the Belgium Aramith.
He was trying to play safe, but I don't know why he wouldn't have just hit the left-hand side and gone 2 rails, tried to bury him behind the 9.
And we have a couple other small items. We have Jerry Bryce has lessons.
Although Keith's going to have a hard time getting on this 8.
$5 for 1, $10 for 3, $20 for 7. You don't have to be here to win. We're going to sell tickets today and tomorrow. We'll draw it tomorrow around 5 or 6, but I just need a name and phone number, and we'll make sure you get your prizes. You do not have to be here to win.
Right now he's really challenging George. Saying, show me what you can do here.
Yeah.
And I don't know that George is going to be able to pass up trying to run out here.
I really like the way this tournament's handicapped.
We've got a numbers guru back in Phoenix, and we went to him and said, what is the proper handicap to give the better player a 60-40 chance to win the match? And this is what he came up with.
It's a very effective format.
I think George was looking at the score before he decided what he wanted to do with the 8. I'm not sure that's a good approach.
He might just try to draw back and just bank the 9.
Yep. And that's a very bankable ball.
Looks like he has too much angle on it. If he tries to cross bank it, the cue ball might go on the side or even bump the 9.
Well, I think he's going to hit it hard.
Yeah.
Hitting it hard will shut down the angle a little bit.
Let's see what he does.
Ooh, just like that.
Just like that. They are neck and neck.
That one game could come into play here.
To be honest, the Chinese 8-ball table that we have here is the only one I've ever seen in America.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen one in America.
Yeah. The closest I've ever come to playing on a Chinese 8-ball table was a 10-foot snooker table, and we just put the pool walls on there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I went over to commentate.
Table 4, it's going to be Mary Kaufman and Ryan DeMer. Ryan, if you're going to need a couple of minutes, it's all right. You're on table 4. This will be a straight race to 8. Mary's a 561.
Looks like Spencer's down 5-7 right now. But he's
Running out.
9.
Table 4.
And it looks like it'll be 6-7.
Yeah, the table changes your 8-ball strategy a lot.
The 7-foots?
The Chinese 8-ball table.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. You really have to see. You really have to test your abilities on it.
Yeah, a ball on the rail is almost hooked.
Yeah. Here's the reason though. I was that on a snooker table with snooker balls. Granted, I put a ball frozen, 3 diamonds frozen on the rail, and a cue ball near the corner, and I made it straight into the corner about 5 times. But I was using drag draw, so I was kind of cheating a little.
I watched a player over in China run his hand down the line where he wanted the object ball to go. Like it was like he was trying to put a groove in the cloth because they play with that heavy cloth out there.
Yeah.
I can't tell if that combo, as I say it, he gets up to check. It sure looks wired.
Yeah.
He's going to have to hit it good to get up there.
Oh, yeah. Looks like Spencer is hill. Yeah, they'll have to hit this one with some top right.
Oh,
Oh, that's not good.
even worse. He exaggerates his follow-through, but I'm not sure if it's actually his follow-through.
Yeah.
It's like he hits the ball and then he...
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
I'm glad you do, because nobody listening does. How are you getting down there for that combo? Straight draw?
Yeah, the problem with straight draw, though, especially that close,
Yeah.
that's mighty close.
I don't think he's drawing that.
He might try to go the rails. That might be a good option. See, I would put it on the other side and just play the rails that way. It looks like he's going to draw it straight back. See, I don't like doing it, that's why. That's exactly why. I would have put it to where I was cutting in and going to 3 rails the other way. To where my cue ball will hit the right-hand rail first.
Oh, he's... I thought these balls were closer together. He doesn't want an angle going away from it.
If he slow rolls this, he can still play the 7 in the left-hand corner.
For him, that's... It looked awkward, but it did the job.
Looks like you hit that one with drag draw. Looks like Spencer is running that on his table. Big shot here, big shot.
Right, this is makeable, but...
It's important on the shot just to like let everything else go, because so many people they overthink this shot. Oh no! Spencer just scratched on the 7 on the final rack.
Wow. Hill.
That is not good. He's already taken off his glove. He knows.
George takes the lead back. You're going to have to keep Spencer away from tall buildings.
Yeah. Oh man, he's getting bigger every day. I used to be taller than him, honestly. Yeah, it looks like Spencer was out. There it is. Unfortunately, Spencer went 2 and out in the Junior Nationals too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did he just draw monsters, or?
No, he didn't. That's the thing. He got a bad call on his first match. What happened was, in the winner sides races to 7.
Oh, I think his dad told me about that.
Yeah,
His
he was
opponent
up-
called a foul on him when it wasn't.
Yeah, he was up 4-3, and his opponent had fouled, and he was using his cue stick to position the cue ball where he wants, as we all do.
Right.
And a rule in the Junior Nationals is, and in the World Standardized rules, is that you're not allowed to put your cue down to measure out a shot. You have to keep your hand on your cue at all times. You can't just set it on the table and use it to measure. The way he told his opponent called him on a foul because he thought he was doing that, and then he asked the ref, and that ref took it to a higher ref, and what she said was Spencer's using his cue to position the ball, and she didn't say it was ball in hand for him. So the ref said it was ball in hand when it wasn't, and he lost that rack, and eventually he lost the match 7-4.
Are they done playing over there?
Yeah, Spencer's out.
No, I mean at South Point.
Oh, what time? Yeah, they're done. Austin Summers won the 18 under category, but there was a massive controversy between some of the players.
What happened?
The player who's here right now, the Korean one, Noah Contreras, I met him this year. Really cool guy. This was his first year here. What happened was, this is his first year playing the Nationals. He qualified when he was 18, but over the summer he turned 19. you're not allowed to play in the junior nationals at all if you turn 19.
Right.
Even if it's like during the week. So say the tournament stretches from the 2nd to the 5th, you can't turn 19 on August 3rd or something.
Okay.
You have to be like 18 the duration of the tournament. And so he had turned 19 in June after he won his qualifier. And so his tournament director told him that it was okay for him to come down and play when it really wasn't. His tournament director didn't know the rule and told him that it was okay. And so he comes here, and he does look older. He looks about 23-ish. He does have an older face. And one of the players asked him, like, hey, how old are you? And he's like, oh, I'm 19, because he thought it was okay to tell people that. And it got back to the tournament director, and the kid who he played, Austin Summers, who eventually won it, told the tournament director, and Lucas and Austin shouted out for his spot in the top 4. So he got disqualified for that.
So he traveled all the way
From Nebraska. Flew here, everything, paid for the hotel, just to be disqualified at the end, in the top 4.
Wow.
Yeah, very disappointing.
But they make it very clear.
Yeah.
Because I ran the qualifier in Arizona. They make it clear they cannot play if they're going to turn 19.
Yeah.
I said, what's the age bracket, or the age breakdown? And she told me over and over, cannot be 19 at the tournament.
But you're allowed to turn 19 after the tournament has been
Sure.
over. Yeah. As long as you don't, I think as long as you don't turn 19 after January 21st. I think that's the rule.
Okay. April won the girls division?
She didn't. She got knocked out. She got 3rd.
Wow.
Yeah. She's won it like 6 years in a row, but this year she didn't get it.
Who won?
I'm not sure. I heard Michelle Zhang, she knocked her out, and she was playing for finals, but I'm not sure who won.
That'll be a story.
Yeah. April's a good shot, though. I watched her play that.
You knew he was going to shoot that.
And here's
Where's
the
this 4 going to go?
This 4 looks like it's going to clear.
Yeah.
If he just rolls this in and plays a 5 in the opposite corner, or in the upper corner, plays 6, 8, 9. Yeah, and then there's a problem with me in the tournament too. So I had I won the California State qualifier and earned my spot in the playing the nationals. But what happened was they never sent me the online confirmation that they never sent me the online confirmation to register for the tournament. And so I showed up there, and technically I was unregistered. So I showed up and I'm like, hi, my name's Nico Scalisi, I'm here to play. But like, we don't have you. And so luckily, Spencer's dad, Jim, was right next to me at the time, and he said, this kid won my qualifier, he's playing in this tournament. And so then they had to add me as a whole thing.
Wow.
And so I came all the way from California just like to have that controversy happen.
Well, I know they had some changes in the BEF and who was taking care of things, so...
Unfortunately, Sam's no longer with us.
Now, is that a permanent thing? I thought it was a temporary thing.
I'm not sure. I heard she had to leave for family obligations, so one day that might change, but who knows?
I think he got a roll there.
Yeah,
Oops.
he can see the edge of the ball, but I don't think he can see maybe he can see the full thing, but he won't be able to cut it. Unless he spins it in with a bunch of right-hand spin.
It's not impossible for Keith to win this match if he loses this game, but he really doesn't want to lose this game.
Yeah. Is this winner side or loser side?
I think it's one-loss side.
Oh, okay.
Because George, being from Phoenix, he drove out with 2 other guys from Phoenix, and I think they're all on the one-loss side or out.
Oh.
His friend sitting on the rail is a friend of mine, and he's out. You know he's going to try to bank this ball.
Oh, yeah. All day long,
Nope.
and it does not go. Might even touch. That touch actually opened up the shot for him.
Yeah, Keith's going to have to hit this good.
Yeah. There's some really incredible players over at the Junior Nationals, though.
How many players did they get?
We had over a full field of 64 this year.
Good deal.
For at least for my bracket. For the 18 and under.
So there's 18 and under.
There's 18 under boys, 14 under boys, 18 under girls, and then 14 under girls. So there's a total of 4 brackets. Yeah, but they're very impressive. So I'll play that inside, come in 3-rail shape. Or I might even just draw straight back. Whatever his preference. I think he's just gonna draw straight back.
Could have got a little closer, but you don't want to bring the scratch into play. This is a great match.
Yeah, neck and neck. Some good pool being played here.
They're down to 8 on the winner's side, aren't they?
I think so.
So I think you probably got one more match and then you're done. You win your next one, I think you're done for the day.
Yeah, most likely. Yeah. It's always a good feeling to be on the winner's side, you know? Especially this deep into the tournament. Just have to be proud of how you play, you know? I don't know. It's gonna be tough to convince my parents to stay another night. If I don't know. If I make it to tomorrow per se, and I get 5th, 6th, they might just tell me just to take the 100 and leave. But you know, if say I got like 2nd or 3rd, that'd pay for part of my trip here, you know.
Oh, sure.
So just gotta weigh your options. Me and Noah actually have a thing going though. If him and I make it to 1st, 2nd, we're just gonna chop. We play too good for each other.
Well, you got to at least make it look like you played.
That's good. I didn't just say that. Don't worry.
No, I
No
didn't
one
hear
saw
it.
that. No one heard that. Don't worry. Going for that 9.
That was,
Brazen.
yeah.
I didn't leave him anything too great there. Left him jacked up above the 2 and a long shot on the rail.
I wouldn't put it past George to fire this one rail into the 9.
Really?
Yeah.
That'd be something to see.
Yeah, just show your opponent, yeah, I can do that too.
I had a shot where last night I was playing with some friends, and the 9 ball was slightly below the spot, and the 6 ball was right. The 1 ball was right where the 6 ball was, and I was right where the 7 was, and I hit the 1 ball, which was the 6 ball's position now, into the 9 and cut it into the bottom right corner side. I was just messing around with it, and I actually made it.
Now, junior nationals, that's all product for prizes. Is it scholarship money?
There's last time I checked, it was $1,000 for a scholarship to any college, and then Lindenwood offers you something if you get first.
But most of it is the prestige of winning the title.
Oh yeah, sponsors come with it. Chris Robinson got sponsored by Mez after he won.
Boy, it doesn't look like he can see the edge.
Whoa!
Wow.
Impressive
That was
shot.
a ballsy shot.
I was playing some golf on a snooker table, and I was shooting for the 4 hole, and I was dead straight on the 6 hole, and I used the edge of the pocket to bounce it straight back.
Nice.
And the older guys who I play with over there, one of them hates it when I do shots like that. Like I'm a kid, so I like to shoot offense, you know. Like,
Sure.
I'll go for shots on a snooker table you're not supposed to go for, and sometimes I'll make them. And I'm like, okay, guys, I have a shot. You're not gonna like it, but it's a shot.
George. I don't know if I'm trailing, I need 3, my opponent needs 2.
Yeah.
That table's wide open. I'm really going to go for that open a shot.
Yeah, seriously.
Boy, Lucas just put a brutal safety. Pure luck on Ben.
Seriously. The 9-ball almost went in too.
I thought it was going to.
Yeah, honestly it's as deep as it can be.
Ben's a good player.
Yeah. Oh, I just beat him.
Nice shot.
Wow. I thought he might.
And look what he left. He's going to have to bank it.
Wow, Ben hit that too.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I played Ben.
Unfortunately?
I beat him. I feel bad taking people out of a tournament though, But at the same time, that's what you're here for.
Yeah, you're not going to win the tournament without taking some people out.
Exactly. I'll be your best friend off the table, but on the table, I'm looking to take you out.
He's banking it back.
Whoa!
Nice shot.
Very nice.
That puts him on the hill. He needs 1 and Keith needs 3.
Some of this, if you ever have trouble if you ever have a guilty conscience about playing your opponents, just try not to talk to them too much. Like, oh, I have a kid I'm looking out for. It's not like, oh, oh. Now, who's that guy in the red shirt over there? I heard he's a professional.
Oh, it's Jonathan Pinniger.
Yeah.
Jonathan Pinniger, Jonathan Hennessy. He goes by both.
Yeah. I saw his case. It was custom embroidered.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like Noah's playing him some one pocket. Now Noah's the kid who I was talking about earlier who got kicked out of the tournament.
Okay. Contreras?
Yes.
Yeah, he's playing in this tournament.
Yeah, he is. He's on the winner's side like me. He ran a 4-pack against his last opponent. Yeah, plays very strong. Oh. Lucas just lost the cue on that break.
Well, I think he can see the 1. I don't think it has a pocket.
I think that 2-9's wired.
It looks it.
If you don't like the cluster that's there, if he does, I think he can make that with a stop shot. And then just play the 2-9.
Yeah, if he can get through that, looks like
he
6-7 window.
Yeah. I think it goes. Whoa. Hey, make some of that. Now, who's this lady over here? She seems to play well.
Mary Kaufman. She works for CSI.
Oh, she does.
Yeah.
She shoots very well, though. I'm watching her a little bit.
Yeah, she plays Lincoln City. BCA events.
Yeah. Whoa, watch the 9.
He's going to make a ball anyway.
6.
No? All right. George has to know that if he bears down, he wins the match here.
George is on the hill.
Yeah.
He's capable.
I was going to say you got to hold the 1. I'm not sure that's the way you wanted to hold the 1.
He played that well because even if the 1 did drop, he has shape on the 3.
Right.
Now
Get that awfully hard.
Are you gonna try to draw back and shoot that 4-9 combo? Or he's gonna try to run it out.
Well, you've got to move your cue ball a ways. 4 doesn't go by the 8.
Yeah, that's the thing though. See, it's like if you draw straight back up the rail, you can play the 4-9. It's an easy out. If you try to play the run out though, you have to go 2 rails and try to play either the 4 up in the corner or in the side. And it's a little more work. Some would say unnecessary work.
I think you play the combo. Or not. Oh, but he got good.
No, he's running it out. Unless he wants to carry him.
I don't think he meant to get that shape, but he did.
Even Keith is saying so.
This will be a good win for George.
Yeah. Staying alive. That's all that matters, right? Ooh, that's some good shape right there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just don't touch the 9.
I'll be sure to watch out for him in the finals. That's all. That is all she wrote.
Not only is he going to win, he's going to win heads up.
Always disappointing to be knocked out.
And Keith does not look pleased. All right, I don't know who we're going to have up here next,